Ladies and gentlemen, you are, one and all, very welcome to this, another grand preliminary rehearsal, lot of rolling R's as well, for the Tewksbury Variety Show. I will be your host for this evening, once again, Herman. And for this performance, we shall be once again delving into the wonder and majesty of the Stanley Parable, Ultra Deluxe Edition. Yes. So, it's just told me to please enter the current time, and I shall endeavour to do so. This is the third time it's asked me to do this. And, previously it told me to choose my favourite, but, I'll just choose the now, for, well, our favourite time should be the here and now, shouldn't it? Probably. Maybe. I don't know. That's probably something philosophically healthy. Anyway, so, I mean, sort of. Maybe. Fully accurate. Wait, what? Okay. Well, that was, worrying. Oh. Oh dear. Guess I've signed myself up for that. I probably should have seen that coming. Let's just see how the settings are. Are they optimal? Yes, they are the same as previously. Which makes sense. Beginning the game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Back to the classic.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Yep.
Employee number 427's job
I should probably
was simple.
skip this, actually.
He sat at his desk in room
already seen
427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Oh, an achievement. That's nice. Well, this time I shall refuse to leave. No adventure for me today. Done. This is... Oh. There we go. Perhaps this phone shall unlock the truth. Just kidding, I'm pretty sure it won't. Anyway, let us proceed outwards, boldly going forth on another adventure.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Onwards we go. Wonderful. Majestic even. Let me see. Right. So... hopefully I'm not breathing into the mic too heavily. Hold on a sec, let me adjust. Did you pick that up? You probably did. Anyway. Let us go forth.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Decisions, decisions, decisions of decisions. Let's go.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, heck yeah. To the employee lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
No coffee, though.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Which way, though? Should we leave? What other options were there? Let us go... this way.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Nope. Such the rebel.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh, okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Wonderful.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Onwards we go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Splendiferous. Well, okay, so...
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Ooh. This got a lot of more interesting. And a bit more, like that, creepypasta thing. The rear rooms, as they are called. I'm certain that is exactly what they're called. The backside.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm sure this is going to be correct this time. This way, that
Okay,
way.
yep,
and...
it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
I love how trippy this one is. Ooh.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay. Oh, yes. The star of the show.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Onwards, onwards, onwards.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
I love this game.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I think I got it. Everyone at home, remember to screen cap. Wait, which one's the screen cap? Ah, yes, here we go. There we go. Alright, now then.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Ooh. Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Romance. Or, maybe science fiction, romance, comedy, hybrid.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Try to ignore. Just, Okay, so an entirely lineless, monitorless, sci-fi romantic comedy.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
You don't like that.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Sad times.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
We got so close there, though. Got some real bonding. Some real bonding indeed. Okay, so let's see. Oh. I'm probably supposed to keep an eye out for that, aren't I? Ooh. Oh, wait, stop. There we go. Well, might as well invest in some new content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Splendiferous. Intriguing. Well, let's see, shall we?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
What? Yes.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
I love this. Ah, and now you get that. It's a good thing we did that then.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
It's true. Much catchier, much catchier. Look at these sleek new offices. Very chic. I am definitely misusing the word chic. Comfy. Ooh. Sequely the number 2. That's probably not the name. Yeah, but color red. It's true. True. All makes sense. All adds up. Definitely chose the best one out of those options. Splendid. Splendid. Anyway. Ooh. 2-player. Is it cooperative? Or are we going head-to-head? The future
Now, to be
is...
clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Pretty sure he's ripping on something there. Fair few early access games. Are they allowed to do this? But presumably they are. If you get to this Parable Stanley 2 is the sequel to this Parable Stanley 2. I read that entirely wrong. Let's see. That is a bird. Ooh, show floor. Ooh, can I do comfy seat? Do I get to sit? New content bus. New features. All aboard? Nope. Well then, that's fine. Fine by me. Okay, up we go. Ooh.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Do you like the merchandise? Off limits for now. Let's see here. Ooh. Well, why not?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Okay.
Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Yes.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
Oh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
It
Let's
would.
take a break from the gym button. I'm
Where do
too
we go?
emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Yep. Where do we go? I guess we go down there. Yep. We go down there. Yeah. Oh. Sorry, I went somewhere else there. Yeah. Okay, that's a dangerous room. Okay. Onwards, somewhere else.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable too. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Yep. Just going to avoid that room forever now. No screenshots, eh? No one can stop me. Sorry. Got a bit of interference in my ear there. Tween shaders. Consistency. Quality. With just... Oh wait. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. The button that says the name of the player is playing the game. Jump circle, infinite hole. Tempting. Let's see. Did I come from here? Yes, I did. Right. Ooh, a bucket. Oh, that is a very Source Engine model. Sure, I suppose you don't need to invest a lot of stuff in first person's modeling. What are they talking about? Sorry, I entirely just needed a drink. That's all. Concentrate. Reassurance bucket. Ooh.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
No, you don't have to tell me twice. Hello, come to me.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? Ooh. I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Oh.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable too.
Can I keep this? I would like to keep this. Yes, I get to keep this. Ooh, wonderful. Look at it.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Darn straight it should. Darn skippy. First generations, or decorations even? Why do I say the word wrongs? Jump circle. We've already been disappointed by that. Office decorations, perfect.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one.
Oh.
I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Where do I select? Ooh. Oh, definitely this one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
This story of my life, I swear. Every time someone asks, hey, should I do this? Should I do that? I'm like, you should do that. And they're like, great, I'm going to do this. And you're like, why did you bother asking me? It's like, because I only wanted someone to say one thing so that I knew that I wanted the other. It's like, great, that's great, I'm glad I could help. Whilst I'm dying on the inside.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Down straight, we're moving on. Jump circle. Here we go.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
No. Oh. For the old days. For the old days. Let's see. Free and easy achievement. What's over this way? Let's see. Gotta see a map. Map. No level, you are here. Let's see, merchandise. Button that says the name of the game. That's the thing. Free achievement, this map. Let's go with free achievement for now. Ooh. Free achievement. Fully danger. Yeah, it just works.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Wonderful. Hiya.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Well, I have my bucket. This makes me feel better. Look at this little bucket.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Let's see. Infinite hole. Oh, definitely have to save that for a bit. Ooh, collectibles. Oh, can you find them? Collectibles.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
I'm sure this will be fine. This isn't a horror game after all. Ooh. Oh, that's cute. Okay.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
There's an exit. Let's see. There was a maintenance section. We could look into that. It was over here. Oh, that's the epilogue. Let's see. Free achievement? Oh, wait, was that it? But was that the epilogue? Did I miss anything? Was there meant to be something said?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
True. Now, let's see. Free achievement. Settings World Champions. Ooh. World Champions. Apparently that's not a feature. Yet. But it will be. Let's see. Yes. All signs point to the infinite hole. And whatever this is. Please, no screenshots. Oh wait, we already went through there. Aha. Right, so... Going forward with our plans. Time and depth infinity. Time like infinity. Space like infinity. Interesting. Science weighs up. Infinite. Good. How deep can we dig? I love that magazine. Hope I'm up to date on the issues. Whole entrance infinity. Wonderful. Occasional use only. Infinite whole chart, whole depth. Falling. Good. They were all right. Let's see. This keeps going. It sure does. Ooh. Let us go.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Splendid. Let's see. Ooh. Well. Well, I mean, you don't come across these sorts of things every day, and, might as well give it a go whilst you can, Give everything a go once, What? Ooh.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
For now.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Oh, but I'm enjoying this.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Wait, what?
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Well, I'm just going to take a moment. I'm going to take a little moment to just enjoy the hole and just pretend it actually was infinite, and I am still falling. Everyone at home, close your eyes. Close your eyes and just imagine. Imagine the glory of falling, eternally, perpetually, plummeting, constantly and forever down a deep, dark chasm, from whence you can never be recovered. One day, your suffering, well, your joy will only end, for it's not suffering at all. No, it's joy, and it will only end once you die of dehydration. And it'll be a nice long time. I think, like a couple of days. So yes, let's just take a moment and just close our eyes and just imagine falling forever. And I'm totally not doing anything off screen that is necessary in any way. What? No, nothing to that extent. No, just telling you all to just imagine a bottomless hole. Just imagine. Close your eyes. Imagine it. I'll be watching. Taking notes. Well, I hope you're fulfilled on your hole falling. Had fun. I hope you spent every moment just imagining the falling. Because if you didn't, I'm not angry, just disappointed. Anyway, returning.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Oh, for heaven... You see? I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there, goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
There's a moral in this. I think there's a moral in this. What? That was a sound. Maybe it was infinite, after all. Change your perspective. Oh. can't see, but I am definitely dancing at the moment. Wait, is this Gooseworks? Oh, this is definitely Gooseworks music. If you don't know who Gooseworks is, you should check out their YouTube. They have a YouTube. It's Gooseworks. Goose. Works. It's Goose, but the works is like an X instead of a KS. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I like that one. Yes, this is very appropriate. Ah yes, from the famous story, Who Was Phone?
My head's stronger, you're no longer using up the space of mine. My head's stronger, now you're no longer using up the space of mine. My head's stronger, now you're no longer using up the space of mine.
What?
My head's
Plankton, I think? What is this? Oh. High definition. Oh, back here again.
Stanley? Stanley! Stanley!
Huh?
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Oh no, is it going to loop? I might have to... Oh! I guess that was a whole ending.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Never again. Ooh. Do I get a second bucket? Nope. Well, that's disappointing. Dual-wielding buckets. That'd be doubly reassured. Onwards, onwards, onwards. Pretty easy achievement. Infinite hole. Do I go to the infinite hole? Do I return? Dare I return? To this luscious and captivating convexation? Nope. Okay then. Right. This really does remind me of conventions and whatnot. Have you ever been to a convention? I'm asking you, specifically. Yes, you. You, the one listening right now. Tell me. Tell me. No escape that way. I think I might be trapped. Let's see. Collectibles. I've done that. Epilogue. Okay. Epilogue. You. Epilogue you. There we go. The gym button. Yes, we did that. Golly, I think I am possibly trapped. I suppose we're just trying to find a way out now. Just like in a convention. Jump hole. What was this? It was those screenshots. Yes, we already been here. Yeah. Okay. Here. And there. Well, right, so I suppose this is a as good a time as any to complain. That's right, I'm going to complain. Complain about what, you might ask? Why, YouTube, of course. Because YouTube has this thing where until you do a two-step verification, you cannot upload a video over 15 minutes in length, which is entirely understandable. What isn't understandable is that they make you download or upload the entire video first. That means that if you had, say, roughly 2 hours worth of video footage and you tried to upload that, that would take about an hour on decent internet connection speed, and yes, it would take a good long while, and then it would tell you it's unable to process, and the reason it can't process is because you haven't done two-step verification, and it's not going to let you just two-step verificate and then process the video. Oh no, that would be too logical. So yes, that was annoying. But I got through that. We got through that together. We all did, collectively. And now, I'm not just running around in circles, am I? And missing a very obvious thing, am I? That's not the thing I'd be doing, is it? Because, okay, let's just see the thing. What have I missed? Exit, there we go, exit. Exit is... okay. Yeah. We are here. Yes? Okay. So, logically, the exit is... oh, there it is. Haha. Foolish me. There we go. Wonderful. Sorry about that. I got entirely lost.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Very much so, yes. Although the whole... come think of it, this looks rather infinite. Oh, no, it's not infinite, it's just a... wait, oh no, that's the board. I don't even know. Here we go. Ooh, screenshots. Wonderful.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
This got very meta. Oh. What? Oh, I'm actually really liking this. Look at this crazy shiz. It's all like, kind of like that scene in Space Odyssey with the roundabouty spaceship thing. But also it's all folding weird, like a Inception or a Psychonauts. Or something to that extent. Look at that. Look at the redness. So sinister, but also so cool. Look at how red everything is. Wonderful. I mean, it doesn't really have to be red, but look at this. Ooh, ooh. I actually really like this. It's really pretty. Good job, narrator. Good job indeed. On we go.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Well, onwards.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Cow walkers. Ooh.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Yes. Is there any use for it? Ooh. Come on. Give me. Yes. Yes. Ooh. Things might be altered now. Or not. I actually get the feeling that everything's probably exactly the same.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, let me think. We shall go. Yes, yes. Onwards.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? that your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it. Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Yes.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh. Sorry, narrator, I accidentally interrupted you there. I do want to know, actually. Oh! The boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
I will. Although I imagine I've missed a few since they're probably now sitting in other places. Ooh, could do.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
There you are.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Stanlerines. Stanlerines. Here we go. Guess we'll go with the normal narrative direction.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Well, I suppose this has a revolution.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Honestly, I thought we understood each other. Well,
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly. A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again?
let's go on.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Not the bucket. Okay. Just
But of course, Stanley and the bucket thought better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
right, sorry. Easily distracted.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
There, bucket. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Excuse me. What?
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way. and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
It's true. It's true. Okay. So, I guess we just,
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
let's liberate the bucket.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
No.
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Well, that didn't go well.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
where's the input signal thing? Probably not be able to find the other two, because I am terrible at searching for things. Let's see. Onward.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right, yes.
This was not the correct
right.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Wait, I just realized the bucket's not there. Why isn't the bucket there?
Wow. Yes, this
Bucket?
room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yes, first open door on his right.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this
How
time.
do I get
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
How'd you get that figurine, Stanlerine?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
There's only room for one woman in my life, and that woman is an inanimate object. A bucket. Never again.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Oh, wait.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay, I'm sure this is going to be fine.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
No, the Stanley, it is gone. So let's see. Ah. Choopidoo. Right, so here we go. Do.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
That is how it works.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Okay. I'm sure that's fine.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Ooh. Is this in the previous?
Oh! I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's go the nice way this time. Although that was incorrect. That shouldn't have happened. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Sulking because I...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Blocking off the wrong options, I see. And the bathroom.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark,
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Night Shark 115?
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Right.
You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I forgot that this game doesn't use microphone.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Sorry, I was eating a biscuit. Yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, I think actually, with that, we should probably call it a day for this one. We have ventured far, fell down a pit, gained and lost a dear and beloved bucket, and yes, followed an adventure line. So I suppose that will be all for this evening from me. Hope if you watched this that you enjoyed it, and there is a bell and a subscription-y thing, and
no matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Well, there is a what was I saying? There's a bell, there's a subscribe button thing, comments, those are things which are related to YouTube videos, so you can go ahead and activate one of those, or not. I don't know. I literally don't know what I'm doing for the most part. So, all of this is just, yes. But yes, hope you enjoyed, possibly, maybe, could be. And, yes, we shall continue this and see about going through the last endings, or the remaining endings, of the Stanley Parable, Ultra Edition. So, until then, dear ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed the show. Stay safe, remain happy, and do enjoy the rest of your day. Toodle pip.